Welcome to Tax 990. In this video, I'm going to show you how to file Form 990 EZ through our system. So from your dashboard, you're going to click Form 9. You're going to click Start Now under Form 990 EZ. So here, you'll be brought to the return. You can adjust your tax year by default. This will be just a calendar year. Then check any of these values if they apply to you. If you have an address change, name change, etc., you can edit any information about your organization here. If you have a group exemption number, enter it there. Then select your accounting method, say cash, enter your website if you have one. Check if the organization is not required to attach Schedule B, and then check your tax exempt status, either 501c3, 501c, etc., and your form of organization, corporation, trust, association, or other. Then we can move on to Part 1. Entering all of our contributions, gifts, grants, and other amounts received. Then we can move on to Part 1, entering all of our revenue in lines 1 through 9, using all of these fields as necessary for everything that's described here. Then our expenses in lines 10 through 17. You can also add info with these buttons here to explain why things are the way they are. These little add info buttons are throughout the application. And then you will add any net assets in line 19. When you're finished with this page, go to page 2 over here, and we need to add the balance sheet. So for beginning of year, 10,000, end of year, 10,000. And here, if you enter an incorrect value, you'll get a warning notification in the form of this little red exclamation point. Now this all matches. We've gotten rid of those red exclamation marks. We can add any more things here. For more information on the balance sheet, you can view the link in the description. In Part 3, we're going to add the organization's primary exempt purpose, filling out as needed. Then at least one program service accomplishment, any grants that you got for that, and the total expenses for it. If you have any others described in Schedule O, you can enter those here. And then we need to add our officers, directors, trustees, and key employees. Entering their name and title here. Average hours per week devoted to that position. Reported compensation, health benefits, and estimated amount of other compensation. And when you're finished with all the members, click page 3. And we need to add other information here on lines 33 through 45A. Answering all of these questions, yes or no, reading them over, adding any extra info. And on line 42A, we're going to add who the organization's books are in the care of. If it's a business, such as a CPA or other tax professional, we can check that box. It's just a person, enter their name and phone number. If their address is the same as your organization, we could check this box and it'll fill this out for us with that information from earlier. Otherwise, just fill out that address information and then finish the remaining questions here and move on to page 4. Finish the question on line 46, and then we're in Part 6 for Section 501c3 organizations only. Since I selected that earlier, this will be enabled. Answer these questions on line 50. And then here, you'll need to add every employee who made $100,000 or more from the organization. You can check here if there are none, or you will need to fill out all this information. I'm going to check for none. And then down here, if you have any independent contractors, you can add them, or again, check if there are none. And down at the bottom of the page, you will need to add the signing information. So first and last name, title, and Social Security. And now you'll need to fill any schedules out that are enabled. These will be automatically enabled based on the information you provide. So I'll go to Schedule A here in page 1, select the type of organization that I am, select the reason for public charity status. And I'm going to say because I'm a church or convention of churches. Jump down to page 8 here. I can add any supplemental information I need. Then I'm going to jump to Schedule B. I'm going to add our schedule of contributors here. I'm going to say that the general rule applies to me, that I received during the year contributions totaling $5,000 or more from any one contributor, but there are also special rules down here. Jump to page 2 and add the contributor who gave me $5,000 or more, including their name, address, and total contributions, and the type of contribution. Then on page 3, and then we're finished with Schedule B in this case. Under Schedule O, if we need to add anything on Schedule O, we can do that down here. And then on attachments, we can upload a PDF here if we need to add any information. When you're all finished with your form, click Proceed to Audit and Transmit. You'll view a summary of the form. You can view a draft of it up here and edit any values that you need. Then click Review. And the system will check your return for common errors. If any errors are found, they'll pop up and you can click on them, return to the form, and complete them. It's very simple. When you finish that process, come back to this page and get it reviewed again. When no errors are found, you'll click Next. Now you can share your return to other members of your organization for review and approval. So you're just going to enter their contact name and email address if you wish. Then you can add more reviewers here if you want, and click Share Return. This has been sent. You can view the status of that person, so they've just been invited, but they haven't reviewed the return yet. And you can add comments if you want, and they'll be able to see this. For more information about how this works, please check our video about adding reviewers and approvers. We'll click Next. Then you'll need to sign 8453TE. We make this easy. You can either e-sign on your own if you're the person who needs to e-sign it, or send that e-sign request via email. Just add an email here and click Send Email to the right person. You can also manually upload a photo of that Form 8453TE if you have it. Today we're just going to e-sign it, so click e-sign on your own. Click e-sign here, and you have a couple options. You can just type your name and select a style for the signature. Here you can draw it, or you can upload an image of your signature. I'm just going to select this one, agree that this will be my electronic representation of my signature, and click to adopt and sign. Then click Upload e-sign form, and the 8453TE has been completed. And we'll click Next. And here you can add text and fax alerts if you wish to have status updates in real time from the IRS. If you don't add these, you'll still get email updates, and you can view status updates in your account. Click Next, and then click Complete Your Order. And here, the reviewer never had a chance to look at this and approve it, so the system will stop you if they haven't had a chance to do it yet. You can either say, no, I don't want to transmit yet, and wait for them to review it, or just say yes. Then you'll need to add or select a credit card, confirm that you have the authority to use that card, and click Pay and Transmit. And that's it. You've transmitted your form to the IRS. Stay tuned for status updates on the status of your form. Thank you for making Tax 990 the #1 e-file provider for nonprofits. If you have more questions, you can reach out to our support team at 704-839-2321 or by email at support@tax990.com.